Announce another major match. Dakota makes her return to the cage, taking on Denise.
Stop scrolling because Dakota Ditcheva is back, and trust me, this return fight is already causing major controversy across the MMA world. The undefeated 15-0 PFL flyweight queen, the woman critics are calling too dominant, overprotected, and the future of women's MMA is stepping back into the cage on February 7th, and she's not coming for a warm-up fight. She's coming for a Bellator world champion.
Come here. Yeah, get to it.
Dakota Ditcheva will face Denise Miss Dynamite Kielholtz, the former Bellator kickboxing world champion, a woman with knockout power that most 125ers don't even dream about. This is happening at PFL Road to Dubai, inside the Coca-Cola Arena, and it's part of a card stacked with names including Usman Nurmagomedov defending his world title in the main event. But the real story, the fight everyone is talking about, is Dakota Ditcheva's comeback after breaking her hand in July and sitting out for the rest of 2025. And we're breaking down everything why this matchup is more dangerous than people think, how Kielholtz compares to Dakota's past opponents, how Dakota is planning her return, and what this fight means for the future of PFL's women's flyweight division. Let's get into it.
Doing a better job than most opponents do of minimizing damage, but the damage is still coming through.
Problem is, it all adds up, Sean.
Shoot that underhook, shoot that underhook.
Comes to the damage so far in this fight. It's been one-way traffic.
Oh, nasty knee right to the middle from Dakota, and a flurry down to the body. Here's the elbow, back elbow, and now a left.
I'm injured again, but I hope you guys enjoyed it anyway.
In July 2025, Dakota Ditcheva went 3 rounds with Sumiko Inaba, a fight she dominated, but one that came with a major cost. She broke her hand, forcing her out for the rest of the year. For the first time in her career, the unstoppable knockout machine had to stop. But now the comeback is real, and PFL didn't give her a tune-up, no warm-up, no easy fight, no let's see how the hand feels. Instead, they threw her in with a woman who has legit world-class striking credentials and experienced fighting champions. Dakota is 15-0. She has 9 finishes in a row before the Inaba decision. She is one of the fastest growing stars in all of MMA, not just PFL. And this is the perfect storm. A young, undefeated phenom coming back versus a veteran with championship-level kickboxing who hasn't fought since 2023.
There was no feeling out process in this.
Wow, and Kielholtz sitting down just swinging for those proverbial fences. And she's trying to do that here, but she's up against someone who might even be more aggressive in Kielholtz, who secures the takedown immediately into backman.
He was actually working with Royce Gracie, and Royce was very impressed. He goes, man, she's got good chokes.
She's coming off a kick submission. Make it 2.
And has everything to prove. Denise Kielholtz is not just some Bellator fighter. She's a former Bellator kickboxing world champion with real striking KO power. This woman has finished fighters with head kicks, combinations, and precision shots that even UFC-level girls struggle to throw. In Bellator MMA, she beat Paula Cristina and then outpointed Inaba, the same Inaba that Ditcheva fought before her MMA run. Kielholtz defended her kickboxing belt multiple times, proving she can handle championship pressure. She may be older, she may be coming off a long layoff, but she brings something most Ditcheva opponents don't: championship striking experience, a lifetime of high-level combat sports, the confidence of someone who has fought the very best. Most importantly, she's dangerous in the one area Ditcheva likes to dominate. Here's where the controversy starts. People online are split. Some fans say Dakota is being protected again. Kielholtz hasn't fought since 2023. Others argue Kielholtz is the most dangerous striker Dakota has faced. This is a primetime matchup. And then there's the third group. Dakota is too big and too powerful for PFL flyweight. She needs to go to UFC. Whatever side you're on, this fight answers a huge question. Can Dakota Ditcheva handle a championship-level striker, someone who won't fold under pressure? Because until now, most of her opponents crumble as soon as they feel her power. Kielholtz. She has fought bigger punchers. She has fought more experienced strikers. She has gone toe-to-toe with world champions. This is not a rookie stepping in. This is a veteran with nothing to lose, and that makes her dangerous.
Been watching him once, funny.
Make no mistake, PFL is building Dakota Ditcheva into a superstar. She's undefeated and she knocks people out in violent highlight reel fashion. If she wins here, she is one step closer to becoming the face of the PFL women's division. And with the rumblings of PFL versus UFC crossovers in the future, a win like this puts her name in the same conversations as Valentina Shevchenko. Dakota Ditcheva is not just representing PFL, she's representing an entire division. A dominant win makes future super fights very real.
Santos is in trouble. She's in big trouble. Dakota Ditcheva to the body again for a championship.
Here's the honest breakdown. Speed edge to Ditcheva. Power slight edge to Ditcheva. Experience edge to Kielholtz. Kickboxing technique edge to Kielholtz. MMA well-roundedness Ditcheva. Pressure and athleticism Ditcheva. But here's the wild card. Dakota is returning from a broken hand. We don't know how hard she'll throw. We don't know if she'll hesitate, and we don't know how she'll react if Kielholtz counters hard. If Dakota overwhelms her early, it'll be another classic PFL knockout. If Kielholtz can survive the first 4 minutes, this becomes the most competitive fight of Ditcheva's career. On February 7th, inside the Coca-Cola Arena in Dubai, we're getting the biggest women's flyweight fight in PFL history. Dakota Ditcheva is back, Denise Kielholtz is ready, and the flyweight division may never look the same afterward. Who wins, the undefeated phenom or the veteran striker? Let me know in the comment.
Champion, run! And that was well, Ramush can be proud of hers as well.
Ronda Rousey sends biggest threat to Dakota Ditcheva, and the entire MMA world can't stop talking about it. The former UFC queen, the woman who once finished every opponent in the first round, just broke her silence, and what she said might be the spark that ignites one of the biggest women's MMA rivalries of all time. Ronda didn't just give respect, she gave a warning. Dakota, you're fast, you're flashy, but I'll show you what real pain looks like. Ladies and gentlemen, this isn't just a call-out. This is Ronda Rousey versus Dakota Ditcheva, the legend, versus the undefeated killer.
Get on! Here we go! Tonight's fight clock. Wow, right down. Look at that. Oh, man.
Tonight's fight clock brought to you by Bud Light, Joe. Put the fifth for whatever happens. Ronda wants to make it happen quickly.
She gave
There's
her
the arm. She gave
it is all over.
Oh
Just
my God.
right down.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Oh my God.
That is way under a minute.
Wow.
Unbelievable.
That's crazy.
Sprinkle by TK or KO. I will tell you the confidence that she's going to have now getting up is going to be unbelievable.
And there it is. Beautiful knee from the plum. And Ditcheva beckons Jenna Bishop back to her feet and goes immediately on the attack. Oh, Bishop in trouble. And that does it. First round finish, and Dakota Ditcheva silences.
Before you roll your eyes and say Ronda's done, think again. Ronda Rousey was 12-0, 12 finishes, 12 first-round destructions. Nobody, and I mean nobody, dominated like her. Then came the fall. Holly Holm, Amanda Nunes, 2 knockouts that changed her forever. But now, years later, Ronda's name is back in the headlines. Sources close to the UFC, and even Dana White himself have teased it. Ronda's got that fight itch again, and this time her target isn't Amanda Nunes or Juliana Pena. It's Dakota Ditcheva, the undefeated monster from the PFL.
Come here. Yeah. Come here. Yeah.
In her latest appearance, Ronda didn't hold back. She said, "Everyone keeps saying Dakota's the next big thing. I was the first big thing, and I can still break her arm in 30 seconds. And that line? It broke the internet. MMA, Twitter exploded. Fans started posting side-by-side highlight reels. Dakota's knees versus Ronda's arm bars, and the comments were brutal. Ronda stay retired before Dakota ends your life. Ronda would still armbar her into another dimension. Everyone's divided. Is Ronda just chasing clout, or is she serious about returning for one last war?" Let's be clear, Dakota Ditcheva is not just hype. She's 15-0, the youngest PFL champion ever, and the first British female world champion in MMA history. She's got the Muay Thai precision of Valentina Shevchenko, the aggression of Joanna Jedrzejczyk, and the confidence of a young McGregor, 3-time junior Muay Thai world champion. PFL Europe winner. Every fight, it's the same story. Opponents enter the cage thinking they can hang and they leave unconscious. She's the kind of fighter who doesn't just win, she ends careers. And that's exactly why Ronda's threat hits so hard. Because deep down, Ronda knows this girl might be the one who replaces her legacy.
Dakota Ditcheva to the body again for a championship.
Ronda was the face of women's MMA. She walked so that the new generation could run. But Dakota, she's running through everybody. And that's where things get spicy. Because what happens when the legend who started it all wants her crown back? What happens when the old school meets the new school? It's the perfect storm. Ronda's raw judo power versus Dakota's surgical Muay Thai arm bar versus elbow legacy versus momentum USA versus UK. You couldn't script it better. Even Dana White got involved. In a leaked clip, he smirked and said, "You guys have no idea what's coming for Dakota." That line sent fans into a frenzy. Was he hinting at Ronda's return? Because if the UFC ever books Ronda Rousey versus Dakota Ditcheva, it wouldn't just be a fight, it would be the most watched women's MMA match in history. A clash of generations. The armbar queen versus the knockout princess. Ronda Rousey sent the biggest threat of her life, and Dakota Ditcheva hasn't even responded yet. But when she does, you can bet it's gonna shake the entire MMA world. So the question is, could Ronda Rousey actually survive against a 15-0 killer in her prime? Or would Dakota Ditcheva retire the pioneer for good? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Ronda versus Dakota, who wins and why? And don't forget to subscribe because this story is just getting started.
Representing Venezuela is Denise Dubin. She's undefeated. She's known as a finisher, but she's a big underdog tonight.
Denise Dubin with an overhand swing, pushes it out cold, still undefeated, never seen a judge's scorecard, and you better believe Dana White exploded out of his chair for that one.
My
that is
jaw is
the
on the
most
floor.
crazy knockout
I cannot believe
we've ever seen on this show.
You were a 13-1 dog. I love that shit. You might as well not even go sit in the back. You're one of the most impressive knockouts I've ever seen. A huge underdog. A minute 13 of the very first round.
Denise Dubin just sent a deadly warning to Dakota Ditcheva, and she didn't mince words. The Venezuelan warrior has officially entered the conversation, and she's making it clear she's not afraid of the golden girl of PFL. Denise Dubin, professional MMA record of 6 wins and 1 loss with 1 no contest.
She's doing a great job of staying, keeping her back against the fence.
There's a club and a right hand.
Another one. Big one. Dakota Ditcheva, right hand and a hammer fake.
But who exactly is Denise Dubin, and why is she suddenly the biggest threat to Dakota Ditcheva's throne? Let's break it down. Born and raised in Venezuela, Denise Dubin's story isn't about privilege, it's about survival. While Dakota was dominating highlight reels in England, Dubin was grinding through regional circuits in South America, fighting for every opportunity. She's a multi-discipline killer, black belts in Taekwondo and Wushu, blue belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and Luta Livre, a national wrestling and BJJ champion, and if that wasn't enough, she was an international Taekwondo and Wushu champion.